Ivan Eland is the Director of Center on Peace and Liberty at the Independent Institute and joins me now with more on this. Ivan, welcome. Let me pick up on something that Natalie mentioned in her report. The guest she was talking to basically said Turkey is now ISIL's #1 target. In your opinion, why is that, sir?
Well, I think Turkey is becoming, as your report says, more embroiled in the situation. It used to be that Turkey allowed a lot of these militants to go across its border because it was opposed to Assad. It wanted to throw Assad out of Syria, and that was the way to do it. Now, of course, ISIL has come back to bite Turkey, and we saw that probably that attack over the weekend may have been ISIL.
And how much do you think, sir, that attack on that wedding that killed more than 50 people, how much has that played a role in this major offensive we're seeing by Turkey right now?
Well, I think it had a big role. I think they do want to clear out the border. I also think that it does help Erdogan in his internal problems as well. He deliberately re-inflamed the war with the Kurds a while back to get electoral, because he was having internal problems electorally. And I think this also, with the coup that he just had, it also, an external war always helps with that. So it's not just ISIL, but certainly they do want to clear the border, because I think they finally figured out that they've played with fire and that it's coming back to bite them.
And then the guest in the piece that we also saw said that he believes it's too little too late. Do you agree with that? The offensive that Turkey has launched?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think Turkey is going to be more embroiled in this. Turkey has a lot of power. It has a large army, although it's, somewhat fragmented by this coup and there's internal discord. But, Turkey could be a bigger player regionally than it has been in doing this. But the problem that the U.S. faces over there is that no one is concerned about fighting ISIS as much as we are. Now, the Turks may be getting more motivated, and I think that's a good thing.
Let me ask you about Gülen. They want this man extradited. Turkey believes he had a role in that coup attempt. How much will it damage relations, even more so between Washington and Ankara, if the U.S. does not turn this man over?
Well, I think it will be damaged, but the U.S. and Turkey have an alliance. The U.S., they're pledged NATO partners and allies, and therefore the U.S. would come to Turkey's aid if Turkey were attacked in any way. And so that may become more important to Turkey, because the region is kind of going up in flames. So I think, although Turkey has been flirting with Russia and Iran, they also have traditional rivalries with those countries. So I think the U.S. alliance will still be there. But Turkey, I don't think, has been a very good U.S. ally. And this Gülen, he may or may not have been guilty of the coup. He has a lot of ties in the government in Turkey, but the military is what did the coup. So it's up in the air whether he actually did this. And in the U.S., we have a rule of law. And it would be very difficult for the U.S. government to overrule the judicial process. Now, the extradition order, apparently, request, doesn't include the coup. It's for other alleged crimes. So maybe there's something there that they legitimate. Who knows? And he may have had a role in the coup, but they're going to have to produce evidence in the U.S. Because of the rule of law that. In order to extradite him. So it's not clear that the U.S. will extradite him.
Now, let me quickly ask you about Turkey's sort of shifting alliances since that failed coup. Who does Turkey need more right now? The United States, Russia, or Iran?
Well, I think actually the Turks probably need the U.S. more than anybody else right now, but they're trying to flirt with Russia and Iran because they're unsatisfied with the U.S. behavior after the coup, even though the U.S. had condemned the coup while it was going on. But Turkey was unsatisfied with that. They're unsatisfied with the extradition. But I think, they're the ones that are in the tough neighborhood, and the U.S., U.S. has a marginal interest, I think, in Syria. Obama thinks the same thing, and I think that's why he hasn't become fully embroiled in there. So Syria is a lot more strategic to the Turks than it is to the U.S.
Complicated dynamics there. Ivan Eland, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir.